Hey guys, Michael Beresford here.
Cam McClellan.
Welcome to today's Wealth WOD, our workout of the day. What we're going to be going through today is the first part of our property selection process. So, Cam, there's 9.5 million properties or thereabouts.
It's getting out to be like 10 million properties soon. So obviously the housing industry is pumping along fairly nicely. So it has been for a number of years.
Take all of our listeners and viewers through how we select the right one.
All right. So when I started considering investing, I looked at the majority of people investing in how they select property, and to me it was literally like driving a car blindfold. There was no rationale behind it. It was throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping you picked the best property. So, as Michael said, nearly 10 million properties in Australia. How do you go through? You can't physically go through and get property A and compare it with property B. Get the winner out of that, and then property C, and compare that, and do that through the 10 million on properties. Physically, there's not enough time. So I wanted a way that regardless of market cycle, I wanted to be able to quickly identify which is the best property investment for me at that point in time. So the only way to do it that I could conceive was through a process of elimination. So I came up and developed with Matt Lewison, some assistance with Michael, what we've fine-tuned down to be calling the MAP process, which is market area property. So it's the exact opposite way the majority of people pick property. So I'll quickly do a quick illustration for you so you can see it. So there's your investment property that you need to find. First we need to chop out the areas, but prior to that we need to cut out the markets. So hence market area property.
Okay, so Sydney's seen some great growth. I've been thinking about investing for a while, and now I'm feeling confident to be able to buy into a capital city. How do I work out whether or not Sydney makes the most sense?
All right, so we'll consider the concept of knocking out capital city markets that are not good for investment at that point in time. Sydney has seen some great growth over the last 5 years. 10 years to that, it was sitting flat, wasn't it? So there's probably basically no growth in Sydney. If you asked 5 years ago, Sydney-siders how they felt about property, they would say property investing sucks. Because then the market had sat flat for so long, they'd forgotten that growth was a thing. And then all of a sudden it's taken off, and Sydney-siders are popping champagne and party poppers and enjoying life, and so they should. While I consider Sydney one of the worthy investment markets, the capital city markets, I don't invest in Sydney myself. And I know that's a strange thing, and our Sydney clients, who we've got more than half of our clients from Sydney, love Sydney, and they can't conceive that. How could you possibly not? I use Sydney as a lead market indicator. And the reason for that is we look at the different dynamics around each capital city market and what drives those capital city markets. Sydney and Melbourne are driven by the same fundamentals, and that is the economy, business. Yeah. The reality is Sydney is a stronger business hub, so it gets growth first, historically, if you look at historic charting. And then Melbourne tends to follow, yeah, which is exactly what we're seeing. So once Sydney started to kick, we started driving clients into Melbourne, and still Brisbane's looking favourable. But Brisbane and Perth work off very different drivers also. And can you tell us what they are, Michael? These are
so Brisbane's getting a more diverse economy given the proximity to Asia Pacific, but still heavily tourism focused. Perth obviously heavily mining focused. So there's more to those capital cities than just tourism and mining, but they're the predominant industries in those two capitals.
Yeah, cool. What else do you need to know about this one?
So just I guess in summary, what are the things that help us determine which capital city market is the best place at any point in time?
All right, so we've got an analytics team that go through and analyse each capital city market at the moment. We get a lot of different economic and governmental reports which basically tell what's going on in each capital city market, population growth. What we're looking for in these capital city markets, and I've put a check sheet in the back of the 4-year-old book for you. What we look at is the last number of years' growth. If we've had multiple years with double-digit growth, you should start to think that the market's going to cycle up and we'll be getting to sort of a peak. Yeah, we don't want to try and get the last couple of years' growth in any capital city market. We want to get it at the start and ride that wave up, and then take our money and move it to another capital city, Makes sense? So you're riding the perfect storm or the perfect wave of property investment. So market growth, constant population growth. So I've got some stats in here. The Australian Bureau of Statistics, you can get the stats on population growth forecasts and population growth. The abs.gov.au is a terrible website. It's horrendous to find your way around. Yeah, they've got a really cool search function on there, so you can actually send through and request, and they're really good at getting back to you. So rather than search around the site yourself, flick through a note to them and they'll shoot you the detail back. Unemployment rates, When people feel confident in their job, they buy houses. Pretty basic math. And then we look at the different markets and we try and work out whether it's in a boom, it's in a decline or a correction phase, stagnation or the start of recovery. And then we determine whether that's a market worthy of investment at a point in time. So, tick.
Melbourne busy. So really, in summary, we're looking for supply, demand. Demand's driven by population growth, which is jobs and affordability, and median house prices to determine that we're buying into a market that's going to move up.
Correct. So that's the market phase. So that's stage one of market area property. So we haven't even started considering what the house is we're going to buy at this stage. We haven't even considered the suburb or the growth corridor. All we're doing is knocking out the capital cities. So we're a process of elimination is taking out large portions of those 10 million options. Yeah, makes sense? Next time we're going to get into that area. Happy days.
We'll see you next time.